The pilgrim centers of Lord Shiva are associated with the 5 elements. The following are the 5 lingas: Bhumi Linga related to earth in Kanchi, Jala Linga related to water in Jambukeshwaram, Agni Linga related to fire in Arunachala, Vayu Linga related to air in Sri Kalahasti, and Akasha Linga related to the sky in Chidambaram. Also, 12 Jyoti Lingas emanated for the worship of Lord Shiva. The word Kashi implies light or brightness. As we have the holy hill in Arunachala, there is the holy Ganges in Kashi to purify us.
Brahma and Vishnu were engaged in a very heated argument, claiming their superiority over each other. When there is a fight between 2 elderly people, we can't resolve it. A superior in terms of power or authority, whose words are authoritative, has to resolve the same. Therefore, Ishwara, greater than Brahma and Vishnu, appeared in the form of a fiery column of light and resolved the same. Ishwara doesn't imply Shiva alone. Ishwara refers to the owner of the entire universe. The word Ishwara applies to Rama, Krishna, and Shiva. Ishwara means the controller who controls our bodies as per their destiny. To resolve this fight between Brahma and Vishnu, Ishwara appeared as a light and devised a contest between them. Ishwara said, "Whoever finds out the beginning or the end of this light, and returns first, will be declared victorious." Vishnu went downwards, taking the form of a boar, to find the beginning of the light. Brahma took the form of a swan and flew upwards to find the end of the light. The end exists only where there is a beginning. Ishwara, who is unending, has neither a beginning nor an end. Vishnu failed to find the beginning of the light, and Brahma failed to find the end of the light. Brahma saw the Ketaki flower and Kamadhenu coming from the upward direction. He asked them, "Where are you coming from?" They answered, "We fell from the head of Ishwara and have been traveling since immemorial." Brahma felt that by this time, Vishnu might have found the beginning of the light, and it was impossible for him to reach the end instantly. Therefore, he devised a plan. He asked both the Ketaki flower and Kamadhenu to give false evidence saying, "Yes," when he would falsely proclaim before Ishwara that he had seen the end of the light. This tradition of the necessity for 2 pieces of evidence in a court is derived from here only. The Ketaki flower and Kamadhenu were unwilling to give false evidence, but the person asking them was Brahma himself, their creator, so they could not refuse him. Both Brahma and Vishnu approached Ishwara. Vishnu gracefully accepted his defeat. Brahma falsely proclaimed that he saw the end of the light and produced the 2 pieces of evidence he brought. Mahatma Gandhi said in his autobiography that the one who tells the truth need not be careful, but the one who tells lies needs to be more cautious. Understand the crisis for the Ketaki flower and Kamadhenu here. On seeing Ishwara, they feared that he would deduce all their proclamations as false, as he is the omnipresent and omnipotent indweller. Moreover, the Creator, Brahma, asked for false evidence from them. Therefore, Kamadhenu gave false evidence through its mouth but wagged its tail, indicating Ishwara not to believe it. But Ketaki flower gave completely false evidence. Then Ishwara said, as Vishnu accepted his defeat humbly and egolessly, he will be adored by everyone. Temples will be built in his name. As Brahma lied, he will not be worshipped at all. As Kamadhenu gave false evidence through the mouth and told the truth with its tail, only its tail will be worshipped and not its face. As the Ketaki flower gave false evidence, it cannot be used in worshipping Ishwara.
As Ishwara appeared in the form of light to resolve the fight between the ego and ignorance of Brahma and Vishnu, the Karthika Deepam is lit in Arunachala to commemorate the same. Vishnu wanted to worship Ishwara. As the light was without origin and end, at Vishnu's request, it reduced its size to take the form of the holy hill. Vishnu said, "How can we find enough leaves and flowers to worship the holy hill?" Then, the holy hill was reduced further and took the form of Linga. The night Lord Shiva assumed the form of Linga is celebrated as Shiva Rathri. This is the first ever Linga on the earth, the Arunachala Linga. It is difficult for the human mind, Brahma, and intellect, Vishnu, to grasp the formless, attributeless, and unmanifested God or Shiva. Therefore, Lord Shiva incarnated as the Linga. Does the Linga possess a form? No. It has neither legs nor hands nor eyes nor nose. But is the Linga completely formless? No. It has the form of a Linga. Therefore, Linga is called a formless form. As you cannot grasp the unmanifested God, God himself assumed the form of a Linga. By adoring Linga, you can experience the unmanifested God. The objective of worshipping Linga is to attain the Advaitic experience of oneness with the Absolute. Why did Lord Shiva assume the form of Linga at midnight? It is because Shiva wanted to awaken the jivas into self-knowledge from the darkness of ignorance.
Linga represents a symbol. It symbolizes the existence of God. It neither represents a form nor can it be called formless. By worshipping the Linga, one evolves from Sakara, adoring the form, to Nirakara, adoring the formless one, and from Saguna, worshipping the one with the attributes, to Nirguna, worshipping the attribute-less one. By adoring the Linga, one becomes formless and nameless despite possessing a name and form. If you start worshipping God in the temple, you will slowly get habituated to adoring the God residing in everyone's heart.
రమణరూపం అరుణాచలలింగం ఆది అంత్యము లేని లింగం రమణరూపం అరుణాచలలింగం నీలింగం హరిబ్రహ్మ సూచిన అగ్నిలింగం
జ్యోతి సదాశివ జ్యోతిర్లింగం సూక్ష్మం ఆత్మస్వరూపం లింగం
జ్యోతి సదాశివ జ్యోతిర్లింగం సూక్ష్మం ఆత్మస్వరూపం లింగం
అర్ధనారీశ్వరమీ శివలింగం మార్గశిరమున ఉద్భవలింగం
అర్ధనారీశ్వరమీ శివలింగం మార్గశిరమున ఉద్భవలింగం
నాదస్వరూపం ఈశ్వరలింగం రమణ రూపమరుణాచలలింగం
నాదస్వరూపం ఈశ్వరలింగం రమణ రూపమరుణాచలలింగం ఆది అంత్యము లేని లింగం రమణ రూపం అరుణాచలలింగం సుందర సువర్ణ శోభితలింగం శుద్ధ మనమున సుఖోద్భవలింగం
సుందర సువర్ణ శోభితలింగం శుద్ధ మనమున సుఖోద్భవలింగం
సురనర పూజిత సురుచిరలింగం జనన మరణ విముక్తిదలింగం
సురనర పూజిత సురుచిరలింగం జనన మరణ విముక్తిదలింగం
బంధ విమోచక శ్రీ శివలింగం యోగులకానందమీ శివలింగం
బంధ విమోచక శ్రీ శివలింగం యోగులకానందమీ శివలింగం
మహారథముల పవిత్రలింగం రమణ రూపమరుణాచలలింగం
మహారథముల పవిత్రలింగం రమణ రూపమరుణాచలలింగం
ఆది అంత్యము లేని లింగం రమణ రూపం అరుణాచలలింగం ఆది అంత్యము లేని లింగం రమణ రూపం అరుణాచలలింగం రమణ రూపం అరుణాచలలింగం.
You should adore the linga. Meditate upon Lord Shiva's form on the eve of Shiva Ratri, and become the recipient of his grace. Only then does the spiritual state that you have attained become permanent. However great might be the fruit of your action, it is transient. However, the grace of God is not so. Therefore, your contemplation and meditation on Lord Shiva on this eve of Shiva Ratri should resemble the uninterrupted oil flow when poured from one vessel into another. That is, it should be constant. Meditate upon Lord Shiva and contemplate upon him. Fill your heart with the name of Shiva and attain the deathless state even before the death of your body. This is the message of Shiva Ratri. There is a slogan, at least one Shiva Ratri per birth. It implies that even before the body turns into a corpse, celebrate at least one Shiva Ratri. The Shiva Ratri should be celebrated as follows. Be proximate to Shiva during the day and spend the entire night contemplating Shiva. This should be maintained for the whole of the 24 hours. At least on the auspicious day of Shiva Ratri, distance yourselves from sensual thinking and contemplate upon Lord Shiva. In the name of fasting, don't allow your mind to ponder upon food. Rather, habituate it to contemplate upon Shiva. Our fasting should make us close to God and not to the food. As a creeper wraps itself around a pole, even your senses and mind should wrap themselves in the contemplation of Lord Shiva. You are hugging the sensory objects with your senses and mind daily. At least on the eve of Shiva Ratri, hug Lord Shiva with your senses and mind. By doing so, you will not be affected by destiny's blows. Only Lord Shiva will be affected.
You will become the recipients of His grace by leading such a life. Lord Shiva will bestow you with self-knowledge. Destiny pertains to the body alone. When there is no identification with the body, the destiny cannot influence you. Destiny gets defeated in your hands. Therefore, our elders have advised us to forget all our money, fame, and family affairs and concentrate on the contemplation of Lord Shiva alone, at least on the eve of Shiva Ratri. As you constantly contemplate upon Lord Shiva, you will get released from the bonds of mind, in whose mind there is an uninterrupted flow of unconditional love for Shiva. They will be liberated by the grace of Shiva. Every person with a physical body is fond of the following three: food, sleep, and desire. At least one Shiva Ratri per birth implies keeping yourselves far away from these three and spending your time in the contemplation of Lord Shiva for at least one Shiva Ratri in your entire life. Upa means to stay close, and Vasa implies God. Therefore, Upavasa implies staying close to God. On the eve of Shiva Ratri, you must be watchful and stay awake for the entire night to contemplate God. However, some people spend the whole night gossiping or watching television. This is not correct. The studious students study for the entire night without even getting the thought of losing their sleep. Similarly, you should immerse yourselves in God's contemplation and meditation throughout the night without falling asleep. You should not resort to sensual thinking but should be wholly involved in the contemplation of Shiva on the eve of Shiva Ratri. Bhagavan said, "If you completely give up your food, your mind starts craving for the food. Therefore, eating little and contemplating upon Shiva is better than trying to forsake food completely and meditating upon God."
सच्चिदानन्द आनन्द अतिशय अक्षयलिङ्ग आनन्द अतिशय अक्षयलिङ्ग निजगुहनिगिद निदातगनन्द आनन्द अतिशय अक्षयलिङ्ग निजगुहनिगिद निदातगनन्द आनन्द अतिशय अक्षयलिङ्ग शम्भो शिव शम्भो स्वयम्भो गङ्गाधर शङ्कर करुणाकर मामव भवसागर तारक भो शम्भो शिव शम्भो स्वयम्भो धिमिद धिमिद धिमि धिमि गिट तगतो दोम दोम तरि गिट तगतो धिमिद धिमिद धिमि धिमि गिट तगतो दोम दोम तरि गिट तगतो मदङ्ग मुनिवर वन्दितैषा सर्वदिगम्बर वेषित वेषा मदङ्ग मुनिवर वन्दितैषा सर्वदिगम्बर वेषित वेषा नित्य निरञ्जन नृत्य नटेश ईश सर्वेश सर्वेश धिमिद धिमिद धिमि धिमि गिट तगतो दोम दोम तरि गिट तगतो मदङ्ग मुनिवर वन्दितैष सर्वदिगम्बर वेषित वेष नित्य निरञ्जन नृत्य नटेश ईश सर्वेश सर्वेश शम्भो शिव शम्भो स्वयम्भो 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 शिव शम्भो स्वयम्भो
The Shiva Rathri is associated with the story of a hunter. This story is often narrated on the eve of Shiva Rathri. Some people cannot get their food unless they work daily. There lived a hunter who belonged to such a category. He did not get any work on a Shiva Rathri. Hence, he fasted the entire day and slept on a tree at night. He plucked the tree leaves and threw them down to kill his time. He was not aware that there existed a Shiva linga under that tree. All the leaves fell on the linga. The leaves were filled with dew, and as the dew fell upon the linga along with the leaves, the hunter performed the holy bath to the linga. Thus, the hunter adored Lord Shiva unknowingly. Therefore, the hunter fasted for the entire day and remained awake the whole night in the worship of Lord Shiva. The hunter thus became liberated. When such is the benefit of adoring the Lord unknowingly, can you gauge the benefit derived by adoring him consciously? The story of this hunter is narrated on the Shiva Rathri to describe the benefit of worshipping Lord Shiva.
कर्पूरघोरं करुणावतारं संसारसारं भुजगेन्द्रहारं सदा वसन्तं हृदयारविन्दे भवं भवानी सहितं नमामि। कर्पूरघोरं करुणावतारं संसारसारं भुजगेन्द्रहारं सदा वसन्तं हृदयारविन्दे भवं भवानी सहितं नमामि। कर्पूरगौरं करुणावतारं संसारसारं भुजगेन्द्रहारं सदा वसन्तं हृदयारविन्दे भवं भवानी सहितं नमामि।
Arunachala as Lord Shiva's third eye, or the eye of knowledge, taking a physical form. The American and the English people have given a new name to Arunachala. They say, the mountain is very active within. Arunachala may look dumb externally, but don't consider Arunachala dumb. Arunachala may seem to be a heap of stones, but don't consider it so. Even after returning home from Arunachala, it works very actively within. The essence of the four Vedas is 1. Lead me from darkness to the light. 2. Lead me from ignorance to the knowledge. 3. Lead me from death to the immortality. Whether you read the Vedas from top to bottom or from bottom to top, this is the essence of the Vedas. It is Arunachala who bestows us with the essence of the four Vedas. It is said that you will attain liberation if you die in Kashi or if you take birth in Thiruvayur. But the birth and death are not within your control. It is also said that you will attain liberation if you visit Chidambaram. But one requires money to do the same. However, the Skanda Purana proclaims, mere remembrance of Arunachala will liberate you. A lawyer asked Bhagavan, is liberation so easy that one can attain it by the mere remembrance of Arunachala? Bhagavan replied, yes, it is the command of God that mere remembrance of Arunachala will liberate us. Who are you to question the same? You first try to remember Arunachala and then see whether or not it brings you liberation.
Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva. Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva. मध्यांतरहित चरित अरुणाचल शिवा अरुण किरणान्वित करुण शुभदा अरुणाचल शिवा आदि मध्यांतरहित चरित अरुणाचल शिवा अरुण किरणान्वित करुण शुभदा अरुणाचल शिवा महित मंत्रात्मक स्मरण भरित अरुणाचल शिवा रमण मौनामृत ज्ञान विदित अरुणाचल शिवा అగ్నిలింగోద్భవ సాయుజ్య సద్విద్య ఉపదేశక అరుణోదయ కృతిక చంద్రోదయ అద్వైత చైతన్య మణిదీపక శృంగప్రియాయ అచలాచల నందీశ భృంగీశ రజతాచల అదృశ్యలోక అరుణాచల హృదయేశ ఆనందరమణీయ స్మరణీయ ఆదిమధ్యాంతరహిత చరిత అరుణాచల శివ అరుణ కిరణాన్విత కరుణ శుభద అరుణాచల శివ अर्धनारीश्वर संपूर्ण संपूज्य अवतारक सुरसेविता मुदित मुनिवंदिता आत्मानुसंधान यति पूजिता प्रणवस्वरूपा शशिशेखरा सर्वज्ञ सत्यार्थ शिवशंकरा भस्मांगरा महनीय श्रुतिगेय आदिमध्यांतरहित चरित अरुणाचल शिव अरुण किरणान्वित करुण शुभद अरुणाचल शिव महित मंत्रात्मक स्मरण भरित अरुणाचल शिव ज्ञान विदित अरुणाचल शिव अरुणाचल शिव अरुणाचल शिव अरुणाचल शिव अरुणाचल शिव अरुणाचल शिव अरुणाचल शिव
ఈ గిరి ప్రదర్శనం చేసే వాళ్ళకి అడిగింది మటుకే ఇచ్చి ఊరుకుంటాడు. అడగని వాళ్ళకి అన్ని ఇచ్చి మీకు నిర్వాణ సుఖాన్ని ఇస్తాడు. మన నోరు అడగటానికి అలవాటైపోయింది. ఈ నోరు ఊరుకుంటుందా? ఈ నోరు ఊరుకోదు. అడగటానికి అలవాటు పడిపోయింది. ఏదో ఒకటి అడుగుతూ ఉంటుంది. అలవాటు పడిపోయింది. నువ్వేదైనా అడిగితే అడగొచ్చాం. అరుణాచలేశ్వరుడు అసలు నీకేం అడగకుండా నీకేది అవసరమో, నీకేది మంచిదో, నీకేది శ్రేయస్సుదో అని చూసుకుని ఇస్తాడు. ఆ విషయం తెలియకుండా ఏదో ఒకటి అడిగేస్తున్నావు. అడిగితే ఇస్తాడు. అక్కడతోటి ఆయన అనుగ్రహం ఆగిపోతుంది. అక్కడతోటి ఆయన దయ నీకు ఆగిపోతుంది. ఆయన చేత నువ్వేం చేయాలంటే ఆయన స్మరించుకుంటే మీరు గిరి ప్రదర్శనం చేసేటప్పుడు ఆ కోరిక ఈ కోరిక ఏమీ లేకుండా నువ్వు ఆయన స్మరించుకుంటూ రేపు పురుడు వచ్చే, రేపు డెలివరీ వచ్చే అమ్మాయి ఎంత జాగ్రత్తగా ఎంత స్లోగా నడుస్తుందో, రేపు పురుడొచ్చే అమ్మాయి ఎంత స్లోగా నడుస్తుందో, గిరి ప్రదర్శనం చేసిన వాళ్ళు అంత స్లోగా నడవాలి. అందరూ పరుగులు 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 పరుగులు. ఏం చదివి మీకు కావాల్సింది లెక్క కాని భక్తి కాదు. ఇన్ని ప్రదక్షిణాలు చేసాము, అన్ని ప్రదక్షిణాలు, అందులో పొడిగంటి కాళ్ళు ఉంటే మరి ఉరికేస్తున్నారు. కొంతమందికి పొట్టి కాళ్ళు ఉంటాయి, కొంతమంది ఆ పొడుగు కాళ్ళు ఉన్న వాళ్ళు పరుగు రన్నింగ్ గుర్రాలు పడుగు కింద వెళ్ళిపోతున్నారు. కొంతమంది కాళ్ళు పొడుగ్గా ఉంటాయి, రన్నింగే గుర్రం వెళ్ళినట్టు వెళ్ళిపోతూ ఉంటారు. కానీ స్కాంద పురాణంలో ఏముందంటే గిరి ప్రదక్షిణం చేసేవాడు 9 నెలల గర్భం నిండాక ఇంకా 2-3 రోజుల్లో పురుడొచ్చి అమ్మాయి ఎంత స్లోగా ఉంటుందో, ఎంత స్లోగా నడుస్తుందో, అలా నేను కల్పించవటం లేదు, అంత స్లోగా నడుస్తూ అరుణాచలేశ్వరుని మీ కోరికలు గొడవ లేకుండా, మీ కోరికలు గొడవ పెట్టుకుంటే ఇస్తాడు, అక్కడితో ఆఖరి ఆయన దయ. మీ కోరికలు గొడవ లేకుండా స్లోగా స్టడీగా అరుణాచలేశ్వరుడు, మీకు కూడా జనం ఉంటారు, ఆ జనం ఏదో బాతాకాణి పెడతారు, ఆ బాతాకాణి గొడవలు వదిలేయండి. ఒకవేళ ఏదైనా లోకం గొడవలు చెప్తే అంటే వాళ్ళు నోరు మూసుకు పడి ఉండమని, లేకపోతే వాళ్ళు వదిలించుకోండి వాళ్ళని. మీరు భీమవరం గొడవలు, రాజమండ్రి గొడవలు గిరిప్రదక్షిణం చేసేది ఎప్పుడేంటండి? మనం ఏదైనా ఏడిచి తింటే ఇంటికాడ ఏడవల కానీ ఇక్కడ ఏడవటం వచ్చి. అంటే స్కాంద పురాణంలో ఏముందంటే మీరు గిరి ప్రదక్షిణం చేసినప్పుడు 9 మాసాలు నిండిన అమ్మాయి పురుడు వచ్చే టైంలో ఇంకా రేపు పురుడు వస్తుందనగా ఎంత నెమ్మదిగా ఎంత జాగ్రత్తగా ఉంటుందో అంత స్లోగా నడవాలి, అంత స్టడీగా నడవాలి. ఈ అరుణాచలేశ్వరుని మనస్సులో పెట్టుకుని స్మరించుకుంటూ గిరి ప్రదక్షిణం చెయ్యాలి.
Pradakshina implies circumambulation. Pra indicates that Lord Arunachala annihilates your sins related to previous births. Don't presume that all your sins will be eradicated in a single instance. Once you start circumambulation, Lord Arunachala sets fire to your sins. It may take some time for them to burn into ashes. Da indicates that Lord Arunachala bestows you with whatever you request. One has to ask in the case of some gods. However, Lord Arunachala gives you whatever is needed, even without being asked. If you desire something you presume to be beneficial, he may not grant it if it is not worthwhile. He is concerned only with your reformation. If Lord Arunachala feels that you will be ruined on the fulfillment of your desire, he will not fulfill the same. He decides when, how, and where it needs to be granted as per your requirements. Even if he is rebuked for not fulfilling your desire, he will forbear it patiently but will not ruin you. She indicates that Lord Arunachala impoverishes you. As the breeze carries the fragrance of a flower, even the jiva carries its merits and demerits to the new body after its death. You cannot get rid of the ego. You may only act as if you have lost the ego but will not be able to do it in a true sense. When you identify with the ego, how can you try to eliminate it? You possess several flaws unknowingly. You may hide them by decorating yourself with snow and powder. But when you peep within, you find it all stinking. Irrespective of your whitewashing, the indweller keeps watching you. He tries to reduce your flaws. Without dragging out your flaws and burning them into ashes, even the indweller cannot bestow you with self-knowledge. Na indicates bestowing you with self-knowledge after annihilating your weaknesses.
Lord Shiva is said to reside in the following 3 forms in Arunachala: the holy hill, the linga, and the siddha. Adoring the holy hill in Arunachala and circumambulating around it is as essential as bathing in the holy Ganges and adoring Lord Vishveshwara in Kashi. In Arunachala, the holy hill has been given more importance. Here, many devotees circumambulate around the holy hill very devotedly. While doing so, you should neither wear any slippers nor use any umbrella. This is the tradition. In the process of circumambulation, the elders advise us to use the left-hand side of the road, so that we do not obstruct the path of the gods, who utilize the right-hand side. You should walk slowly and silently and contemplate upon God alone. and not upon any sensory objects in circumambulation. The scriptures have prescribed us to walk as slow as a pregnant lady in her 9th month. Some people go around the holy hill to fulfill their desires. For such people, Lord Arunachala's grace is limited to their desires. However, if one circumambulates around the holy hill without any expectation, Lord Arunachala bestows them both material and spiritual prosperity.
Even Bhagavan Ramana went around the holy hill till 1927. If Bhagavan Ramana had any attraction or attachment in this world, it was the holy hill, or the divine mountain alone. This holy hill contains an invisible power beyond the reach of the human mind. The epic said that Lord Shiva resides in Kailasha. However, Bhagavan Ramana said, the holy hill itself is Lord Shiva.
ஹர ஹர சிவனே அருணாச்சலனே அண்ணாமலையே போற்றி சிவவும் நம சிவாய சிவ சிவ ஹரனே சோணாச்சலனே அண்ணாமலையே போற்றி ஹரவும் நம சிவாய
அனலே நம சிவாயம் அழலே நம சிவாயம் கனலே நம சிவாயம் காற்றே நம சிவாயம்
புலியின் தோலை இடையில் அணிந்த புனித கடலே போற்றி சிவவும் நம சிவாய கலியின் தீமையாவும் நீக்கும் கருணை கடலே போற்றி ஹரவும் நம சிவாய
புனலே நம சிவாயம் பொருளே நம சிவாயம் புகழே நம சிவாயம் புனிதம் நம சிவாயம்
நம சிவாய நம சிவாய ஓம் நம சிவாய நம சிவாய நம சிவாய ஓம் நம சிவாய